people in this room are prepared and ready to hear from President Donald Trump. So, quick question, what do you think of the guy in the White House right now? Right there with you. I'm Dr. Mark Green, and I get the incredible honor of representing the people of Tennessee's 7th District. I spent 24 years in the Army, served as an infantry officer, then a special operations flight surgeon. I got the amazing opportunity on a trip to Iraq to interview Saddam Hussein on the night we caught him. I got out of the Army, started a healthcare company, sold it, served as a Tennessee state senator, and now I'm in my 2nd term in Congress fighting Democrat Marxism. 40 years ago, I took the oath to defend our Constitution against all enemies. On the plain at West Point, against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Never in my life, until just recently, did I believe those enemies of America would be more domestic than they are foreign. But sadly, even despite the tragic events in Europe, the threats to our freedom come more from the authoritarians in the Democrat Party than anywhere else. It's as if they want a different country. Whether it's COVID mandates or critical race theory, massive inflation, the supply chain crisis, Americans dying as fentanyl pours across our southern border, Americans left stranded in Afghanistan. They are trying to destroy our very way of life. Their goal is to remove freedom and replace it with their authoritarian control. And they're using moral relativity to get us there. Let me give you some examples. Freeing criminals on the streets, killing babies in the womb up until labor, free heroin needles. And they even violated principle that is burned into every American: leave no man behind. When we left American citizens, that president left American citizens in Afghanistan. Their moral relativity is designed to bring about chaos and tyranny, ushering in their socialist utopia. That's what they're trying to do. The American Revolution, founded in its churches with a fixed concept of a moral right, ushered in freedom and a government of, by, and for the people. The French Revolution abolished its churches, moved to a moral relativity that ushered in chaos and the dictator Napoleon Bonaparte. That is where the Democrats are trying to take us. Authoritarian control and no freedom. We are in a fight for our own freedom. I want to ask you, are you with us? It's not going to be easy, though. This battle will be hard because we're taking on giants like social media and CNN, companies pushing their woke agenda of no voter ID. These are giant corporations, even strong enough to censor the President of the United States. We need giant killers. We need giant slayers. Are there any giant slayers in this room? I'm reminded of a true story. 3,000 years ago, a young teenage boy, ruddy skin, curly hair. He's taking cheese and bread to his army. And he comes to the supply train and he hears the battle on the front and he runs to the commotion. He sees his army spread on one side of a valley. On the other side of the valley is the enemy army. And right in front of that enemy army is a giant UFC fighter. Got the barbed wire tattoo on his bicep. You've seen them, right? Spear. And he's yelling obscenities at that young boy's country and nation, insulting his beliefs. And you know what happens. That young boy, while all the others cower, reaches into the brook and grabs 5 stones. And he puts one in the sling, and I can hear it now, whoosh, whoosh. And that stone flies and hits the forehead of the giant. He falls, slain. We need giant slayers in America today. And it may seem impossible. It may seem like we're losing, but you and I and all the other giant slayers on our team understand and believe, like Ronald Reagan said, we have every right to believe in the impossible. After all, God bless you.